This episode of the KDA Video Minute is brought to you by the endorsed programs of ADA Member Advantage, helping to meet both your personal and practice needs. I'm Executive Director Kevin Robertson, and this is the KDA Video Minute for Friday, January 22nd. Well, it's been a little bit of a time since we've had a video minute with COVID, and our staffing is a little shorter, of course, since COVID. But we are going to move forward with some video minutes, maybe not weekly like we've had in the past during the legislative session, but please look for these as we try to keep you up to date as to the what's going on with KDA as well as with the legislative session. First of all, let's talk about vaccines. The state's announced that we're at the end of phase 1. And I can tell you, based on the phone calls we've gotten to our office, I think that's probably accurate. We have not gotten nearly as many calls here this last week, virtually none, from dental offices regarding their vaccine. So I'm assuming people have either been vaccinated, your staff's been vaccinated, or you've at least been contacted and you're signed up. If that's not the case, please contact your local health department. All the vaccines in Kansas were given through, first of all, from the feds to the state and then out to the locals, who then were in charge of the vaccine. So contact your local health department and see if you can get signed up for a vaccine if you've not heard anything at this point in time. Of course, the Kansas legislature started 2 weeks ago already. A lot going on as far as COVID, just trying to get to what's going on with that. This week was a little bit disjointed because of some of the issues around the State House grounds, or the potential for, of course, some issues around the State House grounds. But things are ramping up. Still trying to figure out virtual meetings versus in-person meetings and some things like that. I will tell you that will be nice when we have a hearing that dentists, for example, might be able to testify virtually instead of having to come to Topeka. So that might help some of you, help us out with testimony. And then also, we do know that the Dental Hygienists Association is looking at 2 bills. We haven't seen it actually introduced, but they've been talking about introducing a bill that would register dental assistants and also then reintroducing a dental therapy bill. So we're keeping our eyes open for that as we move forward. Of course, we have our own bills, have to do with insurance, have to do with the Dental Practice Act, and we'll let you all know what's going on with those as they're introduced and what we need from you and actions that we'll need from our KDA members. Mentioning that Dental Day, which would have been here in February, has been canceled. The plan is to have a couple different Zoom call, legislative Zoom type meetings to talk, to update members if they're interested, and then to discuss legislative activities and events. We're putting those together, trying to get those scheduled. We'll let you know when those happen here a little bit later in the session. But be aware of those, and we would love to have your participation on a Dental Day Zoom call. Now, the KDA annual meeting was originally scheduled for Friday, April 16th. That would have been, of course, in conjunction with the UMKC's Midwest Dental Conference. I'm sure you all know the Midwest Dental Conference has moved to a virtual format. So the KDA is looking at what we want to do with our annual meeting. Again, here in the next couple weeks, we should have an idea of whether or not we're going to have a virtual meeting for our annual meeting, whether or not that will be in person, and then what the date will be. So we're looking at all those things, and including location. We may move it. So stay tuned to that, and we will let you know what's going on with the KDA annual business meeting, and then also our awards presentations that accompany that, like the Dentist of the Year and the Harry M. Plenda Award for committee service. While we're talking about virtual meetings and continuing education, back last fall, the KDA did partner with the Arizona Dental Association to provide some virtual CE to our members, and it was very helpful to our members, and hope you were able to participate in that. Moving forward here, beginning on April 9th and 10th, registration's already gone out to KDA members. We are partnering with Arizona Dental Association again to create the Western Regional Dental Experience virtual meeting. Lots of CE packed into that. Your opportunity to watch that live or at your own convenience later on. So we're putting that together. Please register for that and be involved in that, and hope that is a helpful tool for you as you still try to manage through your continuing education for licensure during COVID. Other meetings and activities that are on hold, or we're trying to figure out, first of all, the Kansas Mission of Mercy was originally scheduled for February to be in Wichita. That was postponed, and it was tentatively rescheduled for June 18th and 19th in Wichita. We're still kind of holding our breath to see what happens with vaccines. Can we get the public vaccinated to a point that we're comfortable moving forward with the Kansas Mission of Mercy here in June of 2021? So that's kind of where we are with that. Keep your eyes open for that. Well, there will be a point in the not so distant future we'll need to make a decision as to whether or not to move forward or again put it off a little bit longer. But that's what's going on with KMOM. We've gotten some calls about that. I want to make sure everybody understands where we are with KMOM. I think you understand logistically what some of the issues might be with that. Thank you so much for your faith and trust in the Kansas Dental Association as we move into 2021, and we look forward to serving you in the upcoming year.